Well, where we going now? Well, with these tools, my shovel and a pick, we're going to go down and try and fix the road. It's kind of overcast today. I hope that doesn't start raining once we get down there. Otherwise I'll be right back. I'll tell you I'm not going to go in the rain.
I don't know if it's obvious, but we're on the side of Mount Scott, and of course when it rains water goes downhill. The stream goes through a little culvert under the road. Unfortunately the water's not going through there very well, so I suspect that there is like logs, trees or some kind of debris causing this problem. And what's happening is it's all coming over the road instead, and that's it there. This is way less than it was the day before. It's gone down, but we can't actually see where the culvert begins. There's a small trench here which diverts the water back into the stream. It's getting all blocked up, so I'm taking my shovel and trying to unclog what's in there.
Enough of that nonsense. There, so it's cleared out a bit there. Now, I'm going to go down to the troubled area. Luckily our neighbour painted the rocks at a pointy, so that'll sort that all out.
So as you can see, the water came down with such torrential force, it washed the road away, it washed away these big rocks under the ground. There was gravel on top of it. That's all been washed into the main road. So I'm just going to start filling it up with bits of, with rocks that's lying around, try and get filled up a bit so we can drive over it. That's the main thing. We need to get our vehicles up and down there. We also need to make access for the mail truck to come, for the garbage man to come. So I'm just going to try and fix this up here. Now just up by that tree there was an old house. That house was built on top of an old log cabin which was original to this property. This used to be a filbert orchard, or hazelnuts as I would call them. Anyhow, in front of the house in the driveway there was a manhole with a culvert that took all the extra rainwater and all the stuff running down the mountain, and it would channel it out into the stream. Well, my next door neighbour a few years ago, they're not there anymore, but he thought that hole, after the people had vacated the property, he thought that might be dangerous for kids. Not that there was ever kids in the area playing down there. So him and his son filled it up with rocks. Consequently, once the fall weather came and started raining, them rocks wouldn't let the water come out or go by and drain, and that's how all this started. And this is not the first time it's happened. The same thing happened last year, but the guy who lives in the adjacent property here, who is supposedly partners with the landowner of this property, rented a bobcat and he flattened it all out, put everything, put stuff down there, put concrete, lumps of concrete in the ground, flattened it all out. It was great, it was fine, until this fall when it started raining heavy, and this was the consequence of what's happening now. Our mail truck will not come up here, so that's a bit disappointing. Anyhow, I call him and he's going to look into it and try and get this sorted out. And that big tree trunk there was from a tree that fell into the road, and that blocked the road up too. But the upside of that is I was able to get some of that tree trunk and use it for firewood this year. This is like doing a giant jigsaw puzzle. See if everything fits in right. And once I get all the pieces in, I'll go and put some gravel on top. See how that works. Or how long that lasts, should I say. And for all the time we've been living at our house, which is just up this road here, we keep getting told that they're going to develop that big field and all this property. They're going to put 27 houses on. They've been saying that for 20 years and it's never happened. Last year the guy next door says the developer's going to put in another road on an empty lot next to this area here. And that was supposed to happen in the spring, but there's no signs of any roads going in yet. So we'll just wait and see what happens, not a big deal. And of course I know that all this exercise here of what it is, not really a lot of exercise, but I know it's good just to get your circulation going, good for your muscles, good for your body. So kind of this is a blessing in a way. It's a win-win situation. The landowner wins because he doesn't have to pay anybody, and I win because I'm getting the exercise. Now that all the larger rocks and bigger pieces of concrete have filled in the area, the jigsaw puzzle, I'm just putting some topping on with some gravel that was lying on the side of the road here. Unaware of what's going to happen in the next couple of days. And being here in the great northwest, we do get our fair share of rain. Whenever you talk to people, they go, "Oh, where do you live?" You say, "Portland." They go, "Oh, it rains a lot there." Well, it does rain quite a bit, but not crazy large amounts. You know what I mean? You get enough rain to make everything grow green, get all the trees growing. It's beautiful here. I love Oregon, I must admit. And sometimes you wonder, being on the side of a mountain like this, is there gold coming down in these streams? I better get me sluice box and start checking all this out now I'm thinking about it. So I know there's a lot of silt just ahead of the culvert there, so check it out, I will do. Good idea. So that's about as much as I can do for right now. I'm just too hot and knackered. So it'll teach me to try and do some work. Why hello there, hope you guys are all doing alright. What a day, man. For what the last 3 days it's been raining every day, quite heavy. And we're starting to get a bit flooding in the backyard here. All coming out, look. Down here, the water loosened my water wheel and that fell down. There's some water coming through the pipe, but not a lot.
What say you, Crossbeak and Peckle? Are you guys alright? Was that a goosing step? Not a chicken step, that was more a goose step, wasn't it? Now here at the intersection of the gravel road here where it turns, see? Getting tons of water, it's burst its banks, coming over here, it's getting diverted back in past the culvert, but some of it's coming this way and it's washing the road away. Now I was just out here the other day filling the road in with rocks, but it appears that the water has other plans. Look at this, man. Look at this. Man, can you believe it? And it's washed all the gravel into the main road there, as you can see. But look at this. Boy. Good morning. But one thing is, this rain is great for mushrooms. So it's bringing out all the fungi as we know it. I'm just looking back in here where we found the lion's mane mushroom. I think there may be another one might grow, you never know. And I just noticed we're getting a third little river here, one there, and there's one there, and there's one over in the gulch where it's supposed to be. I don't know if you can see it, but the trench by the side of the gravel road is filling up really well. So what's the result of that? Well, it's going to come here and make more holes. So that'll give us something to do in the winter, I suppose. What do you say, birds? All the birds in the trees there. Very nice, very nice. Time to get the canoe out. How lovely, yeah? I mean, it's a bit much, but it's still beautiful. And again, we've got more stuff growing here, another mushroom. Let's see what's underneath, what you look like. There we go, look at that. I knew we'd be bringing out more mushrooms. That moisture definitely does in a little microclimate.